Baba is asking us to churn the ocean of knowledge, churn the points of knowledge. And if you look at it, there are basically 4 points. First, who am I? Second, who do I belong to? Third, what time is it? And fourth, what do I have to do? And Baba has given us the true, correct answers to these 4 questions. And earlier, we did not have an answer or the correct answer to these 4 questions. But the thing is, we have been living with wrong answers for so long that it takes really deep churning to now get that right answer instilled in us. So imbibe that truth, imbibing that truth takes a lot of time and churning. So Baba says that, because you see that, do you know that there was a time when the world believed that the earth was flat, and then every theory and everything was built around the information or the hypothesis that the world is flat. But then suddenly Galileo said the world is not flat, it's round. And then it became a problem, because when you've built your whole life and your whole society and your whole belief systems and your structures around one principle, one understanding, then it takes a lot of effort to get over that understanding and come to a new one. And that's why they thought killing Galileo was a better idea because so much of change is very difficult to imbibe. And similarly, when we come to Baba also, the truth is very different from what we believed. And it takes a lot of churning and effort, and also, it takes a lot of perseverance and tolerance, so that our old sanskars break away, those sanskars which were being fed by the belief systems which were opposite to the truth. Those sanskars also show up and give a lot of resistance. But then we have to take yoga power and do this inner work. Now when you look at this simple thing that I am a soul, now we have identified with the body and the body's attainments and what we call ego. So we live in an ego-based world, and we have been so busy feeding our ego and protecting our ego that we have literally had no time to see who we really are. And Baba comes and tells us that you are a soul, you are not who you think you are. You are not the body, or you are not the titles and labels that you're carrying, or the gender you think you are, or the nationality, or the religion, or the caste. But we have been living in an ego-based, egocentric world and egocentric life, and it takes a lot of effort to pull our time, thought and energy away from this act of constantly feeding our egos and take out time, thought, and energy to, really focus on who we are. And what is the practice of soul consciousness? So, moving your attention and thought from watering your ego and taking it inwards and watering the truth that you are a soul and that you are a peaceful, loveful, blissful, powerful soul, and just paying attention to that. And this actually requires watering. Yes, so now let me give you a very simple example. So we live in a world where you think you are a government employee or a corporate employee, or you are an engineer or a doctor or a teacher or a mother. Correct? Now, when Baba asks us to take out time and practice soul consciousness, so we have to move our time and thought away from feeding that ego that I'm a good employee, good, a good mother, good this, good that, and devote that time to practicing, focusing your attention on yourself. But what happens is that ego keeps calling you, and you always feel that feeding that is more important. For example, there was a bhatti yesterday, but many intelligent Brahmins chose not to attend the bhatti and attend their offices and attend other things that they think are more important, because we live in an ego-based world, and in that ego-based world there is this illusion that maybe, if you feed that ego of a corporate employee, government employee, of a mother, of a wife, sister, brother, whatever, that is going to help you in future. And you you don't care about the bhatti, you don't take a holiday, you don't take out time to, or when Baba is giving you an opportunity to elevate your stage, you choose not to do that, but instead feed your ego the other way. And this is because, there is this deep sense, this deep false sense of who I am. And although, we BKs, we Brahmins, yes, we take out some time to, take our attention inwards and think about ourselves as a soul, but we don't do that enough. And what is enough? So, enough is a really huge quantity here, because enough means you are practicing to go inwards so much that your past burden of sanskars gets burnt, and you also, draw in enough light so that your locks on your intellect open and you're able to take decisions and make choices which make you eligible for the new world. But do we do that much of yoga? We don't, because this first question, who am I, is not clear to us. We are still living under the illusion that I'm a mother, teacher, doctor, employee, this, that. Yes, so, but Baba says you're not all of that. And even if you spend all your life feeding that ego, and in the last moment when you are leaving the body, you think that you will be awarded and rewarded and get a certificate for being a good employee, mother, sister, father, that's not going to happen, because that's just, drama. It will turn out to be the way it is supposed to be. So Baba says this is the first thing that we need to understand, that I am a soul, and I the soul. Then second thing, the second question is, who do I belong to, or who is my master? I would like to put it that way. So who is the one who I have to be accountable and answerable to. So Baba says that just one Baba, and it is just one Baba who is going to give me everything, whatever attainments, relationships, whatever I get, that is going to be given to me by Baba. So Baba says, do you have clarity that you belong to Baba, and your loyalty, your allegiance, your dedication, your surrender, your commitment has to be with Baba? Because we are living under the illusion that our loyalties and commitments and dedication and surrender has to be towards people and institutions and this and that, or towards the country or this and that. But Baba says all that comes later. First comes Baba. And Baba says, if you don't follow shrimat, then you will not be in a position to help either yourself or anybody else. You will not be in a position to help either yourself or anybody else, because Baba is the one giving us everything that the soul needs. And I, the soul, perform all actions through the body, do the work, enter into relationships, manage, or take care of people. I am the one doing all of that. So if I am not sustaining myself with Baba's light and might, then I will need 10 people to support me. I will not be a support to anyone. Although you will think, you will be under the illusion that you are taking care of so many people, but you will earn no blessings if the energy that you're radiating is not elevated and light and positive. But we don't understand this, and then we what do we say, avagya? I don't know what is the English counterpart for avagya. So we just what do you say, we dismiss shrimat. We don't pay attention to a lot of shrimat because we think that our loyalties and our allegiance and our commitments and are with people. But Baba says that those people cannot help themselves, they cannot help you, and you cannot help yourself and them if you don't follow shrimat. So we must understand that I belong to Baba. Baba is the one who is going to give me everything, and I have to have my total dedication and surrender to Baba. And whatever Baba says, I have to follow it in totality. And I don't have to mind anybody or anything in this process. And I will give you a very simple example. So there is this brother who comes to the center, and some days back he was telling me that my daughter is these days complaining that I don't give her enough time. And I come back from the office at 9 in the evening, and in the mornings I come to the center and I listen to the Murli. So is it okay if some days I don't come to the center and I just listen to the Murli on the way or traveling, and I just give some time to my daughter? So I told him, you want to give time to your daughter, you come back early from office. Why are you coming back at 9? Why don't you come at 6? Why don't you take a day off? But why do you want to break a schedule which is serving you so well? You're coming in the morning and you have a schedule, and that's giving you an anchor for the whole day. And don't break that. Just make some other adjustments. I understand your daughter needs time. Make some other adjustments. But he didn't listen. And then what he did is he took a break and he didn't come for some days. And then what? Then he fought with his wife in that time only. And the environment at home was so bad and so gloomy that the daughter, instead of receiving the love, was just receiving the anger of both parents. Because you see, when we don't nurture ourselves, you think you can serve from an empty pot? No. You first have to, even if you are interested in people, you are interested in relationships, first have your relationship good with Baba. When you have good, and what is good relationship with Baba? So Baba has clearly told in the Murli that I don't have a hand. My hand is my shrimat. You want to hold my hand, follow my shrimat. And when you follow my shrimat, that's like holding my hand. And when you hold my hand, we will always be together. And Baba says that when we take care to follow disciplines, remembrance of Baba, accurate remembrance in Amrit Vela, Murli, or the discipline of purity, or the discipline of seva, very important. Baba looks at us as instruments of God. And the discipline of seva has also to be maintained. And Baba says, when you follow Shrimat, then everything else will fall into place. And you will have the acumen, the energy, the capacity, the love to sustain all relationships. Yes, just imagine how many relationships Brahma Baba sustained. Just think about it, from little children to old people. Everybody thought, Baba loves me the most. And everybody felt that love and that, receiving from Baba. Everybody felt that their aprons are getting full from Baba. Why? Because Baba filled his aprons from Shiv Baba. So that's the only way. Baba says you have to understand. So the second question, that who do I really belong to, has to be very clear. And whenever there is a kind of a confusion or question about Baba and a Dehdhari, choose Baba, because Baba will enable you to take care of that Dehdhari also. Yes. And then the third question, what time is it? Baba gives us the knowledge of time, that this is not the time to, to just keep wandering after material pursuits. After 5,000 years, this auspicious Sangam Yug comes, when Baba, the one who is our spiritual father, teacher and Satguru, comes. And when he comes, it is time to think about your spiritual growth and fullness. It is time to, take the love and peace and sustenance and power and knowledge from Baba and take his shrimat and create your fortune. For the full cycle, we just lose our fortune. Do you understand? Even when we come from Satyug to Treta Yuga, we are losing fortune. We are going from 16 celestial degrees to 14 celestial degrees. We are not getting better. We are getting lower and lower. But this is the only time after 5,000 long years when Baba comes and there is an opportunity to take everything from Baba. And the method is to be in remembrance of Baba. Yes, so this opportunity can only be availed if we stay in constant remembrance of Baba and constantly following his directions when we come into karma and in connection and other stuff. So Baba says the only method to reverse, all the damage that has been done, the only method to reclaim all that you have lost is remember me and follow my shrimat. And Baba says this is the time to do that. That has to be your first priority. And there's this one Mata, and she told me that so she came into Gyan 35 years back. And just think about the society 35 years back. It was very different, right? And she was married, and she told me that my husband was very controlling, and he was almost somebody who could tell you get up and sit down and do this and do that, and you had to just be a robot and do that. And she said then, I don't know how, but there was a center just beside my house. And when the center opened, I started going there. And I didn't know that, this is God or what, but God came looking for me. So she said, it was not my doing, it was my drama. So I started going there, and when I started going there, I realized that I am a soul and this is my last birth. It is now or never, and I have to remember Baba. I have to follow Shrimat, and I have to be pure. And with a husband like mine, if you think about purity also, he will get a sense of it. And he started beating me and abusing me, and he did whatever he could. And then when I didn't listen, he declared that I had gone mad, and he got me admitted to a mental hospital. And she said that when I went there, so at that time the treatment was very different, and they would give us injections and this and that. And I survived all of that. And today I think about it that it was a big thing, but I was in so much love for Baba that I felt okay, at least I'm being pure. Even if I'm in the hospital, I'm pure. And then that month passed and he brought me back. But the good thing that happened is that because I was already declared mad, so he couldn't force me further. So after that I had a free pass, and then I did my own thing. I got up at 2 a.m. I remembered Baba. I did all the tapasya I could. And because I was already declared mad, so he had nothing to, he couldn't do anything about it. And then now it's been 35 years, and she said, I've never missed a Murli in these 35 years. And she said that I can very proudly say I have never missed a Murli, I have never done any avagya. I have always been true with my purity, with my mind, with my actions. And she said that, so it's when you listen to these things, you you just understand how much the power of realization holds. You listen to this thing every day that I am a soul, I belong to Baba, it is now or never, but do you really know it's now or never? And do you put in that much, that 100% to claim your whole inheritance in this one birth? Are you making that much effort? So sometimes Baba uses this expression in the Murli, Biso Nakhuno ka zor. Are you trying with all your 20 nails? So are you making the full effort? So Baba says that this is what we need to imbibe, that it is actually now or never. And in the 5,000 years cycle, this is the only time to make myself, from a beggar to a prince, change myself from here to there. And then what do I have to do? So Baba says, I have to be concerned. Today also Baba says, you are the only ones who know your destination. So our destination is going home and coming to Satyug. And for that, what do you need to do? First thing is remembrance. Yes. Second thing is following shrimat in everything, whether it is sleeping, waking up, eating, drinking, seeing, talking, everything, whatever Shrimat Baba gives us, let me follow all of it. And the third thing is seva, because Baba says, if you don't create praja, how will you be a Raja? If you are not devoting your body, mind and wealth to Yajna Seva, where the whole kingdom is being created, then how will you find a place in that kingdom? So Baba says we have to be in remembrance all the time. And then second is Shrimat, following Shrimat, and third is Seva. But then you see, these are the three things. But the foundation of all of this is study and churning. Because what will give you the motivation to remember Baba or do seva, or what will keep you oriented towards the truth and not get again eluded and deluded by Maya? So what is it that will make you stay on your path? That is regular churning of knowledge. So only when you keep thinking, so Baba gives us a variety of points which re-anchor us into this state of realization of who I am, who do I belong to, or what is my purpose. So these, or what time is it, these points Baba, every day in the Murli, Baba revises for us. And if we pay attention to the Murli and keep churning these points, then our attention or our concern would be that I meditate, I remember Baba enough, I follow Shrimat at every step, and I do complete seva. And for these things to happen, Baba says that, now another thing is how much. Because you see that we are all remembering Baba, we are all following Shrimat, and we are all doing seva. But is that enough? That you have to ask yourself. Because what is your aim? Your aim is to find a good position in Satyug, kingship in Satyug. And ask yourself, are you remembering Baba enough that it would burn away your 63 births of sins and give you 21 births of kingship? Are you remembering Baba enough? Yes, I will tell you one thing. So, so I have done this, I have checked this by hit and trial, but you can check it for yourself. So, you see, if you remember Baba for just 1 hour in the morning, then half your day you don't commit any sins. Okay, until 2 p.m. maybe. For me, that works. And then in the second half, you start having waste thoughts and this and that. So you need at least, 2 breaks. You need one in the morning and one somewhere. I need that. I needed that. Now it's better. But I needed that in the past, that I took a break at around 1:30, and I would just sit in remembrance for 15 minutes, so that it charged me for the whole next phase. And then there is, sleep, remembrance before night and all. Now this is just to keep you away from mota sin, like the big ones. But then the subtle ones continue. Now you want to finish the subtle ones also, you need more yoga. And then this is just not committing further sin. And I think, you need at least 4 hours of yoga, or 3.5 at least, to not commit any sin. I am not talking about committing punya karam right now. Just to not do pap karma, my calculation is you need at least 3.5 to 4 hours of yoga. And then further than that, the yoga that you do, it starts motivating you and opening the locks on your intellect, and you start getting this inspiration and ideas to do seva. Because you will not be motivated and inspired to do seva just with regular 2, 3, 4 hours of yoga. If you do more than that, then that starts having an effect. And I'm not asking you to just do sitting yoga, but even, karma yoga. If you're paying very good attention, you're anchored within, then slowly, gradually, and if you have 8 hours of yoga, then 8 hours of yoga will give you a sustained balance, where you are accumulating some credit every day and you can reach your karmatit stage. So Baba tells us to be a good accounts person today and calculate how much yoga you need and how much are you doing. And then how do you know whether that yoga is accurate? What is that yoga doing? So if you're having 3 to 4 hours of yoga, then you will not have waste thoughts, waste karma. That's the one sign. And if you're having more than that, then you will be getting good ideas, inspirations from Baba to do, how to serve, and you will start becoming an instrument. That's the sign of good yoga. And although we do seva, everybody contributes something by way of body, mind, wealth, but then you will contribute what you are capable of contributing, not what you feel like contributing. You will contribute that which you are capable of contributing and capable of creating a fortune. That fortune will be created if you have very good yoga. And believe me, every child has the potential to be a king in Satyuga. But it is these things that matter, and Baba will inspire you and touch your buddhi in such a manner that you will make the choices and take the steps that move you very move you ahead very fast, but you need to have that much yoga. Okay, Om Shanti.